Marijuana is the most commonly used illicit drug in the state of Florida and in the United States. The simple possession of even a small amount of marijuana is a misdemeanor that carries a sentence of up to 12 months in jail. Despite the fact that marijuana use is common and has many medical benefits, the penalties for possession of marijuana are harsh, particularly in jurisdictions throughout Florida and the Tampa Bay area. My name is Jason Samus, and I'm a partner at Samus Law Firm. We focus on defending people charged with criminal offenses for marijuana, including possession, possession with intent to sell, cultivation, grow house offenses, and trafficking in marijuana. I'm a member of the NORML Legal Committee. NORML is a national nonprofit organization that fights for the reform of marijuana laws. As a member of the NORML Legal Committee, I have the honor of working with some of the top attorneys in the country fighting to protect people charged with marijuana offenses. At the Samus Law Firm, we pride ourselves on aggressively fighting these cases and taking a scholarly approach to filing and litigating motions to suppress and motions to dismiss, which are particularly effective in marijuana cases. The penalties for any marijuana offense are serious. A conviction for any drug offense, including misdemeanor possession of marijuana, will result in an automatic 2-year suspension of your driver's license, regardless of whether the crime was driving related. Even for a first offense of possession with marijuana, prosecutors typically ask for 12 months of probation or supervision in a diversion program, a series of random urine screens, drug classes, community service hours, court costs, and fines. Many people charged with possession of marijuana do not realize how expensive and time-consuming it will be to complete all the terms of supervision. In those cases where all the conditions are not met within the time allotted, a violation of probation may result in an arrest warrant being issued, possibly without a bond amount being set. Besides the direct court-ordered consequences, a conviction for any marijuana offense can have indirect consequences that can even be more devastating. You could be deemed ineligible for a Florida Bright Future Scholarship, ineligible for public employment without enrolling in a drug treatment program, ineligible for state financial aid or certain state licenses, permits, or certifications. A 5-year ban on eligibility to adopt a child or become a foster parent. And even after the ban is lifted, you will have to submit to a special review by an adoption review committee if you have a felony or misdemeanor marijuana conviction. And if you're convicted of a felony offense related to marijuana, you will suffer a lifetime ban on the right to possess a firearm. As if all of these consequences aren't enough, the state of Florida has some of the harshest marijuana possession laws in the country. In 2008, the Florida legislature passed and Governor Charlie Crist signed into law legislation that makes the cultivation of just 25 marijuana plants prima facie evidence of intent to sell or distribute. This is a second-degree felony punishable by 15 years in Florida State Prison. Florida law previously provided that punishment of this sort only if 300 or more plants were grown in the home. Federal trafficking laws require at least 100 plants, making the new Florida legislation considerably harsher than even federal law. If children were present in the home where 25 or more marijuana plants are grown, the offense can be charged as a first-degree felony, punishable by 30 years in Florida State Prison. Furthermore, if you're the landlord of a house where 25 plants are being grown, you can be charged with a felony offense if you know about the cultivation of marijuana, even if you did not encourage or participate in it. Under Florida law, a marijuana plant is broadly defined to include even a seedling or cutting if there's any evidence of root formation, even if only a few tiny hair-like roots are present. Attempting asset forfeiture actions of grow houses in Florida, especially before the housing market crashed in 2007, wiped out much of the equity in these assets, lured many law enforcement agencies to go after the potential big payoff. As law enforcement agencies shifted their attentions away from individuals trafficking more dangerous drugs, such as meth and cocaine and heroin, common sense and good police work gave way to targeting individuals growing small amounts of marijuana. If you've been arrested for any marijuana offense, including possession with intent to sell, operating a grow house, or trafficking in marijuana, contact the Samus Law Firm to discuss the way to defend yourself against this serious allegation.